8 gamers receive cryptic messages encouraging them to play The Call Up, a $100,000 game. Once everyone arrives on the 25th floor of a luxury city skyscraper, a robot voice tells them to sign in on a tablet. Then they must deposit their clothes and belongings in lockers and wear motion capture outfits. Adam gets mocked for being too big for tight outfits. Carl shows a horrible burnt scar, and Andre says he was a soldier while they change. Everyone enters the scanner room when ready. The speaker urges them to step on the scanner and say their usernames to get their new gear. Adam assumed only elites could wear a sophisticated gear suit with a VR helmet that connected to their spines for complete immersion. People swiftly put on their gear, except Zahid, a Bosnian Muslim who chose the term terrorist sarcastically, without knowing it would be on his costume. This isn't fun, so he tries to escape, but the door is locked and nobody helps. Zahid plays when other gamers reassure him it's okay. When the speaker says, "Start training module," everyone closes their helmets for the simulation. After the room becomes a realistic post-apocalyptic environment, their outfits become military uniforms, and their tattoos disappear. Their hands go through the simulation things, but it feels real. When the sergeant arrives, he treats them like new privates. A realistic NPC, he can't be touched, and raising their helmets confirms he's not in the room. The sergeant leads the squad to another area where they obtain their prop guns. The players are impressed by the realistic recoil when the sergeant asks them to test their guns on bottles. The sergeant shoots 2 of them after practice, removing their vests. The sergeant explains that getting hit once means losing their protection and leaving them exposed. Therefore, they instantly get them back, since it's a tutorial. 1 serum injection per person is available if they are wounded after losing the vest. Before reaching the ground floor, the group must eliminate the terrorists who have taken over this building. Those who win earn real cash. Due to his experience, Andre leads the group after the sergeant disappears and provides them stealth secrets. They search the apartments until an enemy fires in the corridor. Andre kills the guy quickly as most of the others hides. While the voice says they've reached level 25 and all the points are for Andre, they touch the corpse and realize it's an NPC. After taking the stairs, they discover a system that electrocutes them if they leave without finishing the level. Andre teaches the gang how to utilize advanced weaponry in level 24. They enter the main room, and Marco kills the first enemy. Most gamers gain confidence and run about using random things for cover to kill all the terrorists. Adam spends all his shots without hitting anyone, so Andre shoots him and gets injured, losing his vest. Taylor's having a panic attack. A friend of hers received the invitation and took her place, but she can't handle the game's reality. Shelly comforts her and reminds her that this is a game, but she can't shoot when it's her turn. Carl gets shot and loses his vest after killing the terrorist approaching the girls. She runs out to kill Carl after the enemy shoots him again when he tries to surrender. Carl and Shelly open their helmets, and Carl feels the excruciating pain in real life. Andre injects Carl with a drug to immediately heal him when they return to the game. Traumatized, Carl opens his helmet to vomit and argues this can't be a game. Everyone opens their helmets to rest. While Adam obtains new weaponry, Carl says he was shocked and thinks it's a reality show. Marco thinks it's a test when Zahid panics and can't take off his costume. Zahid suggests this is a military exercise, and Marco believes that Andre must be their inside man. After a heated argument, Andre goes to the restroom to relax. They don't realize the game is still going, and the terrorists they murdered return. One of them corners Andre in the bathroom, only for him to close his helmet before being shot. He's used the serum on Carl but wants to heal himself. The others notice noises and close their helmets, but Edward is shot down first. As the group hides, Taylor tries to use the stairs, but the level isn't finished, blocking her. As the terrorists fire, the crew protects itself. Edward uses a serum to heal, while Andre carries his wounded body down the halls. Adam kills the last adversaries with a grenade, ending the level with the highest score. The crew can hear Andre calling for aid without bullets. Andre unlocks his helmet and hears a countdown before his brain is electrified, convulsing for several minutes. Andre dies before the others arrive. Shelly's CPR fails. The voice says they can advance, but the gang quits. They see blood on the ground and understand the helmet killed Andre, but they can't remove it. Zahid panics and grabs a fire extinguisher when he requests test help. Carl offers and hits Zahid with the extinguisher twice, but the helmet stays on. The sergeant calls them into the game and walks by Carl before kicking Zahid several times for disobeying the rules. The group must move since the sergeant threatens sanctions for not playing. They move easily across multiple levels, but each floor requires different weapons and gaming elements. They can't use fire weapons in the gas leak area, so they fight with knives. Taylor's nervousness increases when she has to kill someone face to face, but Shelley vows to get her out. Most of the team loses vests as they descend. Carl and Adam are shot down in a gunfight, so Shelley and Marco use their serums. After a break, the group realizes it's nighttime. Tired of the game, they hit the windows with various things, and Zahid cracks the glass with a cart. The sergeant returns and beats Zahid worse than before. Zahid tries to escape by taking the stairs, but the sergeant kicks him down, breaking his leg. The sergeant warns that the next escapee will be executed before departing. The crew rescues Zahid and realizes the wound is real, but not in the game, so they can't use the serum. Zahid wants them to hide him and depart without him when the computer voice tells them to move. Zahid drops dead from blood loss minutes after the party leaves him behind furniture. Marco fights over new weaponry on the following level, distracting a hidden attacker who shoots him in the back. Taylor flees to a restroom stall as the team fires. After much gunfire, a grenade ends the conflict and Shelley gives Marco a serum. The squad searches for Taylor after discovering her disappearance. A terrorist checks each stall in the bathroom. Shelley bursts through the door and stabs him first when she hears him. Edward finishes the level with the highest score, taking first place. The crew examines their life during a break and realizes they were chosen since no one would look for them because they have no family. This manner, they can die without ramifications for the company. The group advances and sees the sergeant beating a hostage. He says a basement bomb will blow up the building and kill them if they don't stop it. It can only be disarmed with the hostage's code. Edward mercilessly electrocutes the guy because he's attached to voltage transmitters. After pleading for his life, the terrorist repeats a word that Adam writes on the computer. The bomb activates, and you have 30 minutes to manually overwrite it before it explodes. Taylor kills the hostage for laughing as the sergeant exits. Marco is enraged at Adam and tries to strike him, but the helmet hurts his hand, so he opens it to punch his face. Taylor gets hit when she tries to stop him. The sergeant yells that he's holding the elevator door open. The elevator drops as the squad rushes inside, but it stops abruptly. Marco pulls to make room for everyone outside the partially open doors. Marco hinders Adam's attempt to leave as punishment, trapping them inside. When they exit the elevator on the third floor, it closes. The pair witnesses a downed helicopter outside the Widow before progressing through the level. Marco makes Adam go first, and he kills a terrorist but runs out of ammo. Marco keeps pushing Adam forward as a shield. Marco can flee and hide while Adam gets shot and killed in seconds. Marco has a breakdown with 15 minutes left, but he moves when the voice says this level is over. On the fourth story, the crew finds firearms and searches. Carl panics and retreats when a terrorist launches a smoke bomb. Shelley runs to check on him, and Carl says he lost his love in the fire that scarred him. He blames himself for not saving her, and smoke triggers him. Shelley calms him and encourages him with a few words. After several stages, the crew reaches floor 1 with very no ammo. Taylor hunts for serum while the others combat the attackers. When Taylor refuses the injection, Marco shoots her dead from behind. When Carl searches for Taylor, Marco pretends to be attacked and ignores him. Carl panics when he finds Taylor's dead with blood on Marco's username. Carl opens his helmet and kicks Marco in real life, trying to choke him. Marco pulls Carl into a wall and hits him until they split. Marco kicks Carl off when he hits him with a fire extinguisher. The sergeant beats Marco as he prepares to shoot Carl. Marco dies when the sergeant strangles him after a few strikes. With 7 minutes left, the 3 surviving players descend after finding the dead. The speaker claims the basement is the last level. The trio gets the new weaponry and kills terrorists while searching the floor. They try to advance toward the bomb whenever an opening appears, but the enemy keep coming. Carl finishes the fight with a grenade, allowing them to go faster. Shelley and Edward flee as a van-born terrorist shoots Carl down. While Carl hunts for his serum injection, Shelley hears there are 2 minutes left and runs to the bomb, but is shot down too. Moving closer her, Carl is shot again and cures her. He advises her to win before dying with her. After killing the last enemy with a bazooka, Edward goes to stop the bomb with seconds left. After winning, the sergeant arrives to congratulate them. Edward repeats the sergeant's remarks, showing he's the company's insider. After the simulation, black guys put Shelley to sleep before cleaning the building and removing the dead. The game server deletes all player data and starts shutdown. Shelley wakes up in her natural attire to discover Edward in a suit helping the crew with everything. He hands her the bag with the cash prize and says nobody will believe her if she calls the police. Shelley fights back and injects a man who sedates her again. She takes his rifle and shoots all the parking lot lights. Edward's soldiers pursue her, but Shelley kills them all after her experience. Edward pleads for his life when Shelley comes out, but she kills him mercilessly. She leaves the building without the money. Subscribe and enable alerts for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.